Well, there seems to be a running theme among Minnesota politicians. Love Somalians more than you love your own country. So dozens of Somalians in the state of Minnesota have now been charged, get this, convicted and sentenced for stealing more than $1 billion in taxpayer money from government programs during the COVID pandemic. And here's what Tim Walz has to say about all of that.
Do you take responsibility for failing to stop this fraud in your state?
Well, certainly I take responsibility for putting people in jail. Governors don't get to just talk theoretically. We have to solve problems. And I will note, it's not just Somalis. Minnesota is a generous state. Minnesota is a prosperous state, a well-run state. We're AAA bond rated, but that attracts criminals. Those people are going to jail. We're doing everything we can. But to demonize an entire community on the actions of a few, it's lazy.
Oh, I got it. So defending criminals again, are you? Yet again, criminals good, American taxpayers bad, or correction, who cares? But what's worse is Tim Walz himself is responsible. Turns out Tim likes treason just as much as he likes tampons. I'm old enough to remember when Tim was running alongside Cammie Harris and claimed that President Trump and Elon Musk had nefarious plans for America.
That guy is literally the richest man in the world, spending millions of dollars to help Donald Trump buy an election. So in other words, Donald Trump, in front of the eyes of the American public, is promising corruption. That's what he's promising you.
Turns out, pot, kettle, calling the kettle black. Always, Tim almost got away with it, but it looks like the world is caving in on Timmy Walz. Even the New York Times didn't just point out the crime. They made it quite clear that this happened on Tim Walz's watch. And that's saying something. It's New York Times. But wait, there's more. The Minnesota Department of Human Services exposes Walz even more. And they said, quoting, Tim Walz is 100% responsible for massive fraud in Minnesota. We let Tim Walz know of fraud early on, hoping for a partnership in stopping fraud, but no. We got the opposite response. They say the fraud was, thanks specifically to the system Tim put into place. He made it easier to steal from the taxpayers of Minnesota. He also ignored the warnings, and he ignored the reports of fraud already happening. And they say that instead of admitting his own failures, he instead blamed the federal government. Now, isn't that convenient, isn't it? And isn't that just about right? Right out of the Democrat playbook. Defend the criminals at all costs is also another Democrat mantra.
Demonizing an entire community, folks who are in the professions, educators, artists, doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs. They bring the diversity and the energy to a place like Minnesota. And for him to just randomly decide to do this, it makes no sense. Do your job. Get the criminals out. Secure our border, but do it with dignity and respect to the American tradition of respecting immigrants and refugees.
Always defending the criminals, these Democrats, because all roads lead back to them, right? And you know what? It makes sense because no one hates their own country like a Democrat does. And no one hates America more than a Democrat politician does. There's quite a history of Tampon Tim loving other countries more than he loves his own. Just a reminder, Tampon Tim Walz taught school in China. He promoted Chinese communism to American students as a teacher. The facts, well, they can't change the facts now. Tim Walz taught in China from 1989 to 1990. He visited China at least 30 times, speaks Mandarin, impressive. But get this, Tim Walz was married, coincidentally, or not, on the anniversary of Tiananmen Square massacre, and he also honeymooned where? In China. I don't know about you, but when I think honeymoon, my mind immediately thinks China, right? Oh, hell no. And just a reminder of the Tiananmen Square massacre, there was a student-led demonstration in 1989 that led to the deaths and executions of at least several hundred of those student protesters. Tim Walz also said in 1990 that China treated him, quote, exceptionally well. Actually, his exact words, I'm quoting Tim Walz right here. Tampon Tim said, no matter how long I live, I will never be treated that well again as the Chinese treated him. Despicable people like Tim Walz not only attained positions of power in the first place, but managed to get reelected even after showing their true colors as a serial liar. The fools who continue to support Tampon Tim without doing research or who live in an echo chamber and fail to think critically, now they're the real problem. I will also tell you this. Ilhan Omar is a congresswoman who said that Somali is where her real heart is. Those are the people she is focusing on, the Somalis, not the Americans. So a group of Somalis come over here, illegally, who knows, and they steal $1 billion. And they steal $1 billion. I need to tell you something about this. There is I'm telling you, there is no government in Somalia. It's a government-free country. It's a rogue nation, Somalia. That's why every time you take a boat around that area of the world, you don't go near the Somali coastline because you'll get pirated, because there's no law and order in Somalia. When they come over here, folks, and this is what we're saying, we're not saying we can't have people coming from other countries to live here. Of course you do, but vet who they are. When Somalis come over here and they steal $1 billion, they're only doing it because that's what they know there. And we, Democrats at least, we don't force them to do things the way we do here. We are law and order first. We're a society of law and order. They aren't. So if they're going to come over here, they can't just live like they do in Somalia over here. But our lawmakers don't get that. Democrats certainly don't get that, because all they want is everyone to come here and get those Democrat votes. They let them in. They think they're going to get the votes. Can't let them do it. Can't let them do it. Not going to let them do it. All right, folks, watch this. The sharper man always wins. Not the younger man, not the more talented man, the sharper man. It starts with understanding one truth. Your edge is lost in the micro decisions, not the big ones. Your edge is the decisions you make at 6 a.m. It's the choice between another hour of sleep or getting after it. It's eating the protein, not the pastry. It's making that extra call. It's reviewing footage when it's the last thing in the world you want to do. So this is a really important show. The Edge. It's exploding. It's top 0.1% of all new YouTube shows. It's growing 125, 150 times faster than new YouTube shows because of you. Because you guys are taking the time and watching what we're doing here. And again, there's no politics on the Edge. So it's not like you have to choose between RAV. It's completely different. And I'm just asking for your support, because when you subscribe, it tells YouTube we're big and we are growing, gives us a bigger platform to grow, and we are. We're growing like crazy. So grab a camera, aim it at that QR code, and you'll press the yellow button. It automatically subscribes you. Again, never a penny, never a single penny is going to go to Ask You or any promotional material is going to come to you. It just tells YouTube we're growing. So youtube.com/@EricBollingTheEdge, youtube.com/@EricBollingTheEdge. It's really important. We're growing crazy. But more importantly, the content is insanely good. Patrick Bet-David, Brett Favre. Next week we have Tito Ortiz. This is a platform you're going to want to watch, especially if you're a man. You're ready to jump back up. You're ready to find your edge back. And that's really what it's all about. I really, really appreciate you for watching here. Love you here at RAV. I also appreciate your support online here, but I really, really am asking you to subscribe. Thank you so much. It means the world to us, and we're going to grow together. We're going to grow together. We're going to become a monster platform. We'll be back. 2.5 minutes.
What if watching Real America's Voice was just the beginning?
Proud to introduce the RAV Ambassadors,
the new grassroots platform that turns viewers into leaders, connecting directly with hosts like Steve Bannon, Dr. Gina, and more.
Built by patriots for patriots.
Inside the RAV Ambassadors Hub, you'll get exclusive updates, challenges, and behind-the-scenes missions straight from the people shaping the fight for faith and freedom. Every action you take, every share, post, and mission earns you points, badges, and ranks. Compete with patriots nationwide. Unlock rewards, exclusive gear, even chances to appear on air or attend live RAV events. But this isn't just about watching, it's about doing. Joining campaigns, volunteering locally, standing for truth.
This isn't just a fan platform, it's a movement, one voice at a time.
Scan the QR code or go to ravambassadors.com to join now.
Because America's voice is your voice.